All right, so let's start off with something elementary, like grade 1. For the first one, if I have an apple plus another apple, how many apples do I have? 3 apples. And notice you won't just say 3, you will say 3 apples. All right, what about here? If I don't use pictures and I actually use a number. So 1 ice cream plus 2 ice cream, what do I get? They good? 3 what? Ice cream, right? So remember, you have to say 3 what. Okay, that's the whole thing with algebra, is you have to make sure you have to say what. So then for number 2 right here, if I have 2 cars, 3 airplanes, so how would I write this out? Michelle? 2 cars plus 3 airplanes. Would I say equal 5 flying cars? Will I say equals 5 flying cars? No. All right. If it was like this, I could have just said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. I wouldn't have to separate them in the first place. So in algebra, make sure you separate them. If they're not the same vehicle, if they're not the same fruit, you cannot combine them. You can only combine the things that are the same. So C right here, if I have pies and juice, okay, what would it be? Elisa? 2 pies and 2 juice. Plus 2 juice. 2? Oh, I'm doing C. This one. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I skipped it one. So looking at just the pies, how many pies would I have? 4 pies, good. Right, plus 9 juice. And notice to link them together, in English, we'll say 4 pies and 9 juice. So in math, the n is a plus to link the two objects together. Right? So now that we understand that, we call it like terms and unlike terms. So like terms are the same things, unlike terms are different things. So if we look at this one, 6x and 14x, are these like terms or unlike terms? Yeah, like terms. Right? Which means I can combine them together. What would it give me if I combine them? Yep, 20 what? X. That's right. So again, you have to say what. So this would equal 20x. Okay. So if you just say 20, it's not good enough. Okay. What about B? Are these like terms or unlike terms? Nicolin? Unlike. So can I combine them? No. What about C? Like terms or unlike terms? Yep. Like terms, because just because it's negative, it's still like terms. And what would this equal to? Negative 5a and 10a. What does this simplify to? 5. 5 what? 5a, right. So remember, you always have to say what. 5 what? Okay, what about this one? Negative 9x and 5. Nicolette? Unlike, right? So I cannot combine them together. Okay. This one I want to go over. Coefficient. In the last package, we talked about coefficient. It means the number in front of the variable, or the number in front of the letter. So what's your coefficient here? Nicolette? 8. What's your coefficient here? Elisa? 15. See? Yeah, Diana? Not just 4. Negative 4, right. So the negative is part of your number. D. Nicholas? 1. That's right. This is a tricky one. When there's no number in front, there is an invisible 1. When there's no exponent, there's an invisible 1 as well. Right? So whenever you don't see, like if it's just x by itself, this is like 1x to the power of 1. Alright, so then what is e? Okay, Nicholas. -1. Good job. Great participation today. Okay, -1. Okay. Okay, so let's try this one. 6f. Can we try 6f right here? Okay. Who wants to give this one a try? 6f. So collecting like terms. Which are my like terms here? Okay, Leanna. 6m, -4n, and -3m. So these three. Remember the sign in front always goes with it. Just like right here with the coefficient. Right? The sign goes with it. So 6 minus 4 minus 3. Nicholas. Yep, -1m plus 4n. Excellent. Okay. Can I combine this to 3mn? No. Again, because the no flying cars. Okay. And that's your answer. That's algebra. So it's not really that hard. Okay. What about number 14 right here then? Are these like terms and unlike terms? Okay, so again, going back to like terms and like terms. 14a. Are these like terms or unlike terms? Okay, let's have a vote. Who says they are like terms? Who says they're unlike terms? Okay, majority rule. These are unlike. What? Why are they unlike? Yeah. Right. The exponent. One has an exponent, one doesn't. So if you were to combine them together, it has to be exactly the same. Okay. So it's like this is 5 apples and this is 3 humongous apples. And it's not fair to put them together. Okay, what about this one? Are these like terms or unlike terms? Like terms, that's right. It's just a fraction. What would this combine to? Tricky question. But if you're good at fractions, you will know. -8x plus 2/3 x. What do you get? Yeah? -7 and 1/3 what? X. Good job. Okay. Get in the habit. I'm going to keep asking you. -1/3 what? You have to put that variable. Okay, what about this one? Are these like terms? Who says yes, they are like terms? Who says no, they're not like terms? Okay, so last time I checked, I had about 25 people in the classroom. I saw 2 hands. Let's try that again. Who says these are like terms? Thank you. Okay, so yes, they are like terms because both of them are t-squares. What do these two add up to? This is tricky. -1/2 plus 1/3. So -3/6. Yeah. Sorry, what did you say? Perfect. -1/6 t squared. Okay. Where the -1/6 come from is that Ruresh did lowest common denominator and then add the fractions together to get this. Okay, and then most importantly, the variable is t squared. Okay, last one. What about this one? Are these like terms or unlike terms? Who says they're like terms? Who says they're unlike terms? Good. Okay, these are unlike because the exponent is different. So when the exponent is different, we cannot add or subtract them. All right, so let's try f again. Now that we know how to distinguish them, let's try f. X squared minus 4x plus x squared plus -3x. So which are my like terms? You want to give it a try? Perfect. So this one and this one goes together, and that gives you? Ooh. Apple plus an apple doesn't become a super apple. Sen? So just like here, x squared and x squared, we kept it as x squared. The exponent doesn't change. So, but how many do I have? So, Cyrilla? 2x squared. Okay, then what about the other two terms? What do these two simplify to? What do those two simplify to? 10? -7x, that's it. Okay, -4x plus another -3x is -7x. Okay, again, do not combine them. Do not combine these two. They are unlike terms, so that's your is your answer. You leave this as your final answer. Okay, last example. Let's next. Okay, let's try one more. 16f. Simplify each of the following expression by collecting like terms and then evaluate x to be -2 and y to be 3. So let's do the first part of the question first. So simplify the expression. Alright, so what does this simplify to? So the 3x squared, anything goes with the 3x squared? Nope. So just write that down. So 3x squared. What about the 4y? Anything go with the 4y? Sorry, anything go with the -4y? Yeah, 6y. So what do these two combine to? -4 plus 6. -4 plus 6. 2. Yeah, so plus 2y. Okay, what about the x? 7x, -7x. What do these two combine to? 0, right. So if it's 0, do I need to write it? No. So I don't need to write 0x because it's just not there. All right, and then the last one, -8y squared. Anything go with that? Nope. So I just copy it straight down. All right. Are we done the question? No, there's a second part to it. So the second part, they say, well, now that you simplified it, I'm going to tell you that x is actually -2 and y is 3. Right? So substituting it in, when we substitute, okay, so look at what I'm going to substitute in, and you tell me what mistake I made. So I'm going to replace the y with a 3 and replace the x with a -2. Okay, what's wrong with that? What I put? Brackets. Whenever you substitute, you have to put that number in brackets. Otherwise, this looks like a 23 to me. Okay. So now that we have brackets, then we can solve this. Okay. So you can just punch all this into your calculator if you want. Okay. So let's put it all in our calculator. 3 bracket -2, close the bracket to the exponent 2, plus 2 bracket 3 minus 8 bracket 3 bracket square. And it should give you the answer -54. Okay. Okay, so I'm done. I want you guys to do up to page 3. Okay, pay close attention to this one. Make sure you do try number 19. This one, you'll see a lot of this come back later on in chapter 4. So try up to page 3 if you want the challenge. Okay, page 4 are the challenge questions. Do you have to do it? No, only if you want the challenge. I don't want to overwhelm you guys. Okay, so homework up to page 3. And if you want to challenge yourself, try page 4. Answers are on page 5 and 6 for you guys to check. Any questions? So 6